Hello and welcome to episode 11 of Prakriti Remedies. And in today's episode, we are covering my all time favorite ingredient, and that is coriander. It is one of the best herbs out there. And Prophet Muhammad has famously said, "Make yours the seeds of coriander, for it is a cure for all diseases except cancer," and that's a fatal disease. It's a cooling Mediterranean herb, is what it says. I have a little bit of doubt about that because we find a lot of use of coriander in the Asian, Southeast Asian, Indian subcontinent as opposed to a lot of Europe. But I'm sure they've done their research. So, coriander traces its origin to the Mediterranean region. It is a popular herb, well known for its carminative and cooling properties. Both the leaves of the coriander and its seeds find a place in the spice cupboard and also the medicine chest. Anybody that has worked with me know that I have these two things, one an anti-inflammatory water that I get everybody to start on, except if there is like some major disease where you do not want to cool down the body too much, but it's the most amazing thing for anti-inflammation, the coriander seeds. And the second thing is putting coriander leaves freshly chopped and lemon juice on all of your food. Now, even if you don't watch the rest of this video, these are the two things which are the most important thing. But let's go ahead. Useful household remedy. It is an effective household remedy for many pitta disorders, particularly those of the digestive or the urinary tract. The fresh juice of leaves can be used either internally or externally for allergies, skin rashes, itch, inflammation, etc. It facilitates digestion and absorption, and it is useful in treatment of diarrhea and dysentery. See, there are several, you find the reason that a lot of these areas which are hot in the world, even in Mexico, massive use of coriander leaves and coriander seeds and the powder of coriander seeds, largely for its cooling medicinal properties. Every dish that you find in India almost will have coriander seed powder and coriander on top. I was like, as a kid, if you did not put fresh coriander leaves on my dal or sabji, I would not even eat. I mean, that's not a good thing to do. But the idea is that it should be that critical. We end up thinking that, okay, I don't like the taste of it, or like I don't like the leaves in my mouth, and do you really need it? I can eat my food without it also. That's a very incorrect approach to looking at food, because then you are just looking at food for taste and then also nutrition, but you're not looking at it as medicine, right? Let food be your medicine. That is critical because health is preventative in nature. You want to get healthy, you want to stay healthy. It is very critical that we start using a wide variety of herbs and understand the properties, basics of each of these different food types and ingredients, and how to really use them depending on how our body type is or what we are feeling in our health or even the seasons. So, coming back to it, let's look at what ailments and the prescription that this book covers. Number one, swellings, which is also inflammation in another terms, because these days we use inflammation more than swelling. Drink coriander tea, which is 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds steeped in a cup of warm water. In addition, external application of a mixture of 2 parts of turmeric powder and 1 part salt on the affected area is advised when you have external swellings. But any form of, primarily, what I get everybody to start on is a spoonful of mixture of jeera, coriander, which is cumin, coriander, dhania, and saunf, which is fennel seeds. Mix them in equal quantities, store them together, 1 spoonful of it in soaking in warm water overnight with like an inch of crushed ginger. Next morning you warm it up Heat it up again, strain it, and drink it on empty stomach first thing. Within the first week or two, you will anyways lose that inflammation that you wake up with, the sluggishness in your system, and people end up losing just 3 4 kgs just with this. True story. So start drinking coriander seeds water in the morning, of course, with ginger for more anti inflammatory properties. It is excellent and brilliant for your system. Giddiness due to blood pressure, soak in a glass of water 1 teaspoon each of coriander seeds, sandal paste, and dried amla fruit. Strain it and drink the water next morning. Very similar things. High cholesterol. Regular intake of coriander decoction made by boiling 2 teaspoon of dry seed powder in 1 teacup of water. This can also act as a diuretic as kidneys are stimulated. Abdominal pain. Make a paste of equal quantities of dry coriander seeds, ginger, and grated coconut. Add a little salt to improve its taste. Eat with rice or plain chapati. Amazing. Diarrhea. 2 or 3 teaspoon coriander seeds soaked overnight in water and taken next morning with 1 cup of buttermilk. Boil 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds in a cup of water. Add to this 1 teaspoon fresh juice of coriander leaves and a pinch of salt. Drink twice daily after meals. Dysentery, hepatitis, indigestion, nausea, typhoid fever, for all of that, 1 to 2 teaspoon of fresh juice of coriander leaves is mixed in 1 teacup buttermilk and taken 2-3 times a day. Another thing is that when you make fresh juices at home, for example, a pineapple juice and orange juice, a great thing to do is add again an inch of ginger and coriander stem and leaves to it, and have a cold press juicer, of course. When you do that, it's effectiveness on the body in cooling down the pith, in removing the inflammation. It just makes that juice like medicine. It's a brilliant thing to do. Start doing that. Hemorrhoids, grind half teaspoon each coriander leaves and red clay into a fine paste and apply to the anus. Bleeding in nose is also a body heat related issue. Juice of fresh coriander leaves used as nasal drops. I will advise that you get help or prescription from your Ayurvedic doctor before applying things in such a way where things have to go in your nose or ears. Cataract, headache, ulcers in mouth, excessive menstrual flow, again a pitta disease, blackhead, pimples, all of this have largely an application, if I have to generalize it, of either soaking coriander seeds in warm water at night and drinking it the next morning after warming up the water, or the stems and the leaves of coriander, their juice, and drinking that, or application of it. Rashes on the skin, apply coriander leaf paste on the affected area. Also drink coriander tea, which is 1 teaspoon coriander seed boiled in 1 cup of water. Sting and insect bites, drink 2 or 3 teaspoon coriander leaf juice mixed in 1 teacup of water. Also apply sandalwood paste to the affected area. Anemia, indigestion, kidney problems, nervous weakness, night blindness, osteoporosis, frequent intake of coriander tea, boil or steep 2 teaspoon coriander powder in a glass of water, add sugar and milk to taste. Fatigue, fry in 1 tablespoon ghee, half teaspoon each of coriander seed, cumin seed, black pepper, and tur dal. Make a tasty rasam by adding rasam powder, 1 tomato, and 1 teacup water. Drink it as an appetizer or eat with steamed rice. Vertigo, steep 1 teaspoon each dried amla powder and coriander seeds in water overnight. Strain and drink next morning to improve the flavor. Some sugar can be added. Repeat for a few days. And of course, individual results will vary. Word of caution that coriander oil can also cause contact dermatitis. Some people might have allergies. All of that is a factor of it. However, the purpose of this series, and I will repeat, is that finding, first of all, understanding health. Health and healthcare are a preventative system and not something to do after you have fallen ill. That is symptom management, which is also required. But then after that, once you have come to a little normal space after taking your allopathic medicines, you have to start looking and finding out the root cause of your health issues and start making changes to your diet, to your lifestyle, which eventually make health as a healthcare and a preventative thing, and you do not fall ill again. So, the easiest and the best thing to do, and also the most delicious thing to do, if I have to summarize today's episode again, will be what I started it with. Number one, start soaking coriander seeds at night in a cup of water, and you can add jeera and soft seeds also to it. Goes without saying, unroasted, fresh, raw, best quality, organic, with an inch of ginger just crushed to that water. Let it steep overnight in warm water. Next morning, bring it to a boil, strain it, drink it on an empty stomach. The way we live, where we live, we might have clean diets also, but there is so much inflammation that happens in our system, even with our thoughts and stress. This is an amazing thing to do. And the second thing, all of your food, please make sure you're adding lemon juice, freshly squeezed after the food is cooked, and freshly chopped coriander leaves to all of your food, especially Indian cuisine. And you will find that you don't have even deficiencies of vitamins and minerals in the body. You do not get any inflammatory disease, if you're doing other things right, of course. It is that magnificent. So, my purpose will always be that you start looking at food as medicine and eat a large variety of herbs, fruits, vegetables, pulses, grains. And I'm going to see you next time with another ingredient in another episode. Until then, take care, stay healthy.